Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. Something a bit different this time. As you can see, 4 cans in front of us, all Radlers, all different ones as well. So I've got 2 grapefruit, 2 lemon, all different beer styles, and we'll get into that when we go through each particular review. But I mean, essentially, a Rattler is a German kind of invention from the 1920s. Apparently, some fellow were having a party, and there were a big boom of cyclists around that time. And he kind of these thousands of cyclists turned up at his party. Didn't have enough beer to go around, so started mixing beer and soft drinks. So that's essentially the theory. It's maybe 50-50 beer to a fruit soda. All these are different beers, and they do have slightly different variations in the amounts of in the mix as well. So we'll start with the one that I know. I've never had the other 3, but I do know quite well. Schofhofer. So obviously this one is based on this is a grapefruit version. They do a variety of different versions. This is the grapefruit version, and it's a Hefeweizen. Let me just move all this stuff out of the way. All that good stuff out of the way. Now you got the intro. So I'll give you a review of each one, and then I'll save a bit, and we'll have a little bit of a discussion about which is the best one. So Schofhofer had this the other day, so I mean, I'm recording on this on the hottest day in British history. I mean, on record, this is the hottest day it's ever been. In some parts of the country, it's over 40 degrees. It's absolutely insane. So you won't know that because the sun's just gone in, but it's fucking boiling, man. So Schofhofer grapefruit. So what's the ABV on this? 2.5. On this one, it says it's a wheat beer mixed beer beverage consisting of 50% Schofhofer wheat beer and 50% grapefruit. So let's get this one open into glass and see what we've got. Probably the most easy to get a hold of, this one. I'm not going to pull loads out. It's going to be shared. It seems like the perfect drink on the hottest day in British history. So Radler in the glass. It's not literally a beer, it's a Rattler in the glass. It's a perfect kind of like weird bright orange colour. It's very peachy orange. The head has a wisp of sort of pink hue to it. So smell, sniff. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah, as you'd expect, grapefruit. I've got these pretty damn cool as well because that's how these beers may be drunk, aren't they? Yeah, grapefruit. It's got a bit of a kind of something that reminds me of vitamin tablets from when you were a kid, the sweet ones anyway. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, as it is a wheat beer, it's got a bit of that kind of wheat beer quality. It doesn't go down that kind of estery kind of qualities really, but it's definitely got things that are reminiscent of a low ABV. Some people will often say these taste a bit like non-alcoholic beers, which they're not strictly, but they're very low ABV. Great thirst quenching stuff. Yeah, it's got that slightly underripened banana. Quite sugary, I'd say. Fizzy sherbet, slight grapefruit, slight strawberry thing going on for me. But yeah, it's doing the job. It's quenching the thirst. So that's the first one. Schofhofer grapefruit. See you in a minute for the next one. Cheers. Right, so next one up is Paulaner Lemon Radler. First time I've ever had this. So Lemon Radler at 2.5% again, once again. This is 50-50% blend of, I presume, a lemon soda and Paulaner's Helles. So first one Hefeweizen, this one Helles. So a nice spread of styles. So let's get this open into glass. So we've got obviously lemon, it's a lot paler. And you can see, so Helles obviously super pale beer, and lemon it's always going to be a little bit hazy. It looks like lemon juice with a pure white head on top. So smell, sniff. Let's check out the aroma. Lemon meringue pie straight away. Definitely getting that kind of meringue top. Sharp, zesty citrus, obviously lemon, but then a softer kind of like sweeter curd. Yeah, it's nice. I said never had a lemon radler. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's nice. Not as sweet as the previous one. Obviously, we've been a different type of beer. It is a little bit more, a little bit lighter. Slightly salty, which I think you'd often get with kind of like a lemon drizzle cake, something like that. It's that kind of slightly sharp, sugary, citrusy type thing. And obviously the Helles being a lot more of a neutral beer than a Hefeweizen. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, lemon meringue pie, but not as sweet. And obviously with that kind of like your biscuit base, if you're using a digestive, you get a little bit of saltiness in that. But yeah, good stuff. And that's Paulaner's Lemon Radler. See you in the next one. So next one is Steagle's Grapefruit Radler. 2% ABV, so this is the slightly lower than the other ones. And the only non-German one, so this is from Austria. This is it looks like it's a 40% beer and 6% fruit soda, and this is in brackets lemon, grapefruit, orange. I presume they do different versions, and then this is just the general kind of like back what they put on it. So I presume it's what the beer that they're using for the beer part of it is the Steagle original. Great looking can, as you can see with this one and the next one. They're the cool looking cans as well. Never had this. I don't think I've even had the Steagle regular beer. Anyway, so it's poured straight away. Think about the first one, the Schofhofer. Yeah, Hefeweizen, and then this is essentially, essentially a lager, I think. A lot paler. I mean, it looks similar to the last one, not quite as pale, but a pale golden beer. Radler, pure white foam on top. So swirl and sniff. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I've always been quite fond of Schofhofer, but having this smells like a freshly cut into grapefruit. A lot less sweetness, a lot kind of more vital, zesty citrus. Yeah, smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yep. See, the commonality is definitely nowhere near as sweet as the Schofhofer. It is kind of shandy-esque in a certain way. Kind of quite, it's dryish, but it can never be too dry because it is quite sweet. Nowhere near as sweet as a Schofhofer though. Quite simple. There's a low ABV lager at the base of this, I'd imagine. And a grapefruit soda is pretty simple. But yeah, not bad at all that. So that one's Steagle's Grapefruit Radler. Very nice. See you in the next one. Right, so the last one we've got is from Fru, known for their Kolsch, and obviously this is a blend of their Kolsch and a lemon soda. Once again, we're back to 2.5% ABV, 50-50 blend on this one. So let's open into a glass and see what we've got. So, much more beer-like in its appearance, a lot less soda in its appearance in that sense, if that means anything. But yeah, a clearer, more crisp looking. It's got that kind of lager, Kolsch-esque kind of appearance. I mean, if you gave me that blind, I'd be thinking it was probably a Pilsner or something like that, Helles. So, swirl and sniff, let's check out the aroma. Right, okay. In comparison to the previous lemon one, I'd say this is a bit more beer-like. A little bit more fresh lemon, less kind of lemon meringue pie to the last one. I don't know what I mean, but there's a gassy quality to it. Yeah, slightly salty and lemon, as you'd expect. I don't think the beer's really coming through all that much, but maybe it is. Maybe that's what that gassy thing that I'm picking up on is. With a certain tang of the beer, of the Kolsch. Let's dive in. Cheers. Right then. This is probably the most beer-like, I guess, in a lot of ways. Lemon is relatively sweet. It's definitely, I'd say, if you tell him, you give me this blind. I know the idea of Radler or Shandy, it's a debatable thing, really. I guess when I think of Radler, I think it's a lot more sweeter. And a Shandy, remember, it is usually lemonade, and if you're going to a British sense, it's a lemonade and whatever crap lagers on the draft, on the taps. But with this, if it's closer to that, the lemon side is a bit more like lemonade, and I wonder if they make a lemonade. Answers in the comments. But that's nice. Still got that sweetness, but obviously the beer would have a little bit of sweetness as well. Interesting stuff. Right. So that's the last one. It's through Radler. That's the lemon and Kolsch mix. See you in a second for the verdict. So then, what's my verdict on this little Radler battle? 2 grapefruit, 2 lemon. So what's my thoughts on this? I'm going to discount one straight away. Sorry, but show offer. After tasting the others, it's just a bit too sweet. It is what it is. It's a bit cloying, maybe because that's because it's the Hefeweizen. But for me, a bit too sweet, a bit too much full on. So that one's out of the way. I'm going to say another thing now. My personal preference, if you haven't realised it already, is the lemon. Never had a lemon Radler before, but for me, it's lemon all the way. But Steagle, decent, miles better than the show offer. So, and I don't even know which I prefer out of these. So I've just had the through. So I'm going to dip back in for the dregs of the Paulaner. Saved a bit in glass. Went back in the fridge. So that's fresh in my mind. Yeah, as I said at the time, definitely on a lemon meringue pie kind of thing. Definitely sweet, a little bit sweeter than I remember that one being. But nice. So, that was the Paulaner. So both of these, so we've got a Helles and we've got a Kolsch. This one, as I said, definitely a lot more beer-like. I even, just tasting that straight away, I do get a slight hop kind of bite. Definitely more like the traditional Shandy that I might be more familiar with. Not that I've been much of a Shandy drinker over the years. Maybe that's a lot more thirst quenching because it is a bit more beer forward, not as sweet. But the Paulaner is very nice. But for me, the winner is the Frug Lemon Radler. Lovely stuff. Blend of a lemon soda and a Kolsch. Lovely stuff. So, let's move all this out of the way. Let me know in the comments. Which ones have you had? What's your favourite Radler? What's your general impression of all this kind of nonsense? But for me, the winner is the Frug Radler. Lovely stuff. I'm Rob from HopZine. I'll see you next time.